What if the key to profound relationship value and unshakable confidence was not an outward tactic, a carefully constructed persona, or a fleeting charm, but a deeply forged inner state, a secret weapon of the mind? Ancient wisdom, often overlooked in our modern pursuit of connection, holds precisely such a potent instrument, one that can transform how you perceive and are perceived in every human interaction. Stoicism's secret weapon for relationship value, confidence. Compiled and published by Stoic Dominion. Lesson 1. Stoicism as your secret weapon. Imagine a warrior, outwardly unassuming, moving through the world not with flamboyant displays of weaponry, but with a quiet, centered presence. Beneath their simple cloak, however, lies a perfectly balanced, razor-sharp sword, a blade forged not of common steel, but of pure, tempered wisdom, ready for any challenge life might present. This hidden blade is Stoicism. The inner conflict that so many of us experience in our relationships is a feeling of being perpetually unprepared for their complexities. We find ourselves reactive, tossed about by the emotional currents of our partners or the unpredictable circumstances that arise between us. We feel insecure, easily thrown off balance, our inner peace held hostage by external words or actions. The problem is that in our quest for relational success and personal confidence, we instinctively look outward. We consume endless advice on communication tactics, dating strategies, or ways to appear more attractive, all while neglecting the fundamental, foundational inner work that truly builds lasting relationship value and unshakable self-assurance. These external solutions, while sometimes offering temporary relief, are akin to polishing the scabbard while the blade within remains dull and untempered. They lead to superficial fixes, recurring patterns of frustration, and a persistent sense of inadequacy in the face of life's relational dynamics. The transformative solution lies in unsheathing this hidden weapon. It is the recognition and embrace of Stoicism, not as a rigid, archaic dogma, but as a dynamic, intensely practical arsenal of mental tools and guiding principles designed for navigating the intricate and often turbulent landscape of human relationships with profound strength, enduring wisdom, and unwavering composure. The core idea is that Stoicism equips you with an internal locus of control, an inner citadel that remains impervious to the emotional storms that can ravage relationships. It teaches you to distinguish between what you can control, your own thoughts, judgments, actions, and character, and what you cannot, the feelings, actions, and perceptions of others. This distinction alone is a weapon of immense power, freeing you from the exhausting and futile battle to manage the unmanageable, and empowering you to focus your energies on the cultivation of your own virtuous responses. Stoicism is your secret weapon because it shifts the entire battlefield from the unpredictable external world to the eminently controllable terrain of your own mind. To begin honing this secret weapon, you need not undertake a monumental overhaul of your entire being overnight. The path of the Stoic warrior begins with a single, deliberate step. Start by familiarizing yourself with one core Stoic idea each day. Perhaps today, you choose to explore the dichotomy of control. Take a few moments to read about it, to truly understand its implications. Then, throughout your day, actively reflect on how this single principle could apply to a recent or ongoing relationship scenario. Consider a moment of frustration with a partner. Which aspects of that situation were truly within your power to influence, and which were entirely external to you? This simple act of daily reflection, of consciously applying a Stoic lens to your experiences, is the first sharpening of your hidden blade. It is the beginning of forging an inner strength that will serve you far more effectively than any outward tactic ever could. The enduring benefit of this practice is the gradual yet profound development of an inner resilience and a calm, centered confidence that becomes your default state. You will find yourself less reactive, more thoughtful, and increasingly capable of navigating relational challenges with grace and wisdom. The positive transformation is from being a person tossed about by the winds of relational fortune to becoming a quiet warrior. possessed of an inner strength that commands respect and fosters genuine connection. Your call to action is to select your first Stoic principle today. Dedicate just 10 minutes to understanding its essence and then consciously look for one opportunity to apply it, even in a small way, within the context of a relationship. This initial engagement is the first draw of your secret weapon. This is the continuous journey of mastering the art of Stoic living, your path to becoming a resilient individual with unshakable confidence. This secret weapon, Stoicism, derives its almost magical efficacy not from brute force, but from a profound and cultivated inner understanding. Our next lesson will delve into how this inner wisdom becomes the unshakable foundation for true and lasting relationship value. To continue forging this powerful inner arsenal and to unlock the secrets of steadfast thinking, please subscribe to Stoic Dominion and show your support by liking this video. Lesson 2. Inner Wisdom for Relationship Value. Imagine a master jeweler, renowned not for flamboyant salesmanship, but for an almost preternatural ability to discern the true intrinsic value of a gemstone. While others might be captivated by the superficial glitter of a cleverly cut piece of glass, or misled by the sheer size of a flawed stone, this artisan possesses an inner wisdom, a deeply honed understanding of clarity, structure, and internal integrity. They look beyond the surface show to perceive the enduring worth that lies within. This discerning jeweler is the Stoic practitioner in the realm of relationships. The inner conflict that many of us endure is the painful tendency to define our own value within a relationship, and indeed the value of the relationship itself, by entirely external and often fleeting factors. We measure our worth by the intensity of our partner's expressed approval, by the alignment of our relationship with societal expectations, or by superficial comparisons with the seemingly perfect unions we observe in others or on social media. The problem with this externalized approach to value is that it renders our sense of self-worth incredibly fragile, as unstable as a house built on shifting sands. It inevitably leads to a pervasive neediness, a corrosive jealousy, and a constant gnawing fear of not measuring up, of being found wanting. We end up offering not a consistent, reliable value to our relationships, but a desperately fluctuating, uncertain commodity, its price determined by the unpredictable market of external opinion. The transformative solution is the diligent cultivation of inner wisdom through the disciplined application of Stoic principles. This is the pathway to understanding that true, sustainable relationship value emanates not from what you get, but from who you are and what you consistently contribute. The core idea is that your intrinsic value as a human being, and therefore as a partner, is rooted firmly in your character, your commitment to virtue, your capacity for rational thought, and your ability to contribute positively and remain steadfast, especially in the face of adversity. This inner wisdom allows you to discern that external approval, while pleasant, is not the true measure of your worth, nor is it the bedrock of a valuable relationship. A relationship built on the mutual offering of virtuous character, emotional stability, and rational support possesses an intrinsic value that far surpasses any superficial charm or societal endorsement. To begin cultivating this inner wisdom, and thereby enhancing your authentic relationship value, you must dedicate yourself to the practice of rigorous self-reflection, guided by Stoic ideals. At the close of each day, take a few quiet moments to review your interactions and contributions within your relationships. Ask yourself with unflinching honesty, how did my thoughts, words, and actions today contribute genuine value based on my deepest inner principles of wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, regardless of the immediate external feedback or validation I received? This practice shifts your focus from seeking approval to embodying virtue. It helps you to recognize that offering patience in the face of frustration, choosing reason over reactivity, or extending compassion even when it is difficult, are profound contributions of value that are entirely within your control. The profound benefit of this dedicated practice is the development of an unshakable, internally sourced sense of self-worth. that naturally translates into immense relationship value. You cease to be a desperate seeker of validation and instead become a consistent provider of virtue, stability, and wisdom. The positive transformation is from being a person whose value fluctuates with the winds of external opinion to becoming a person whose worth is as constant and reliable as the North Star. Others will subconsciously recognize and be drawn to this authentic, internally generated value. Your call to action for today is to identify one specific Stoic virtue, perhaps patience or thoughtful communication, and make a conscious effort to embody that virtue in one of your relationships, focusing solely on your contribution, not on the outcome or the reaction you receive. This is the continuous journey of building your true value from the inside out. This deep inner value, rooted in wisdom and virtue, is inextricably linked to a powerful and attractive sense of self-possession and unshakable confidence. Our next lesson will explore how this unshakable confidence arises directly from the Stoic mastery of control. To learn how to build this invaluable inner resource, please subscribe to Stoic Dominion and share your thoughts on what constitutes true relationship value. Lesson 3: Unshakable confidence from control. Imagine a seasoned ship's captain standing confidently at the helm of his vessel as it encounters a ferocious storm. The winds howl, colossal waves crash over the bow, and the sky is a maelstrom of chaotic energy. Yet the captain remains a figure of unshakable composure and quiet command. His confidence does not stem from an arrogant belief that he can control the weather, for he knows the storm is an external force, entirely beyond his dominion. Instead, his profound assurance arises from a deep, unwavering knowledge that he possesses absolute mastery over the ship's rudder, its sails, and his own skilled responses to the tempest's fury. This captain embodies the Stoic ideal of confidence. The inner conflict that so often erodes our self-assurance, particularly in relationships, is the pervasive anxiety and lack of confidence that stems directly from our misguided attempts to control our partner's feelings, their reactions, their choices, or the ultimate future trajectory of the relationship itself. The problem is that this persistent effort to control the uncontrollable in the deeply personal and dynamic realm of relationships is a battle doomed to failure. It inevitably breeds insecurity, fuels anxiety, and systematically erodes our confidence. Because we consistently feel powerless when our efforts to manage the external invariably fall short. We are, in effect, trying to command the storm and then blaming ourselves when the storm refuses to obey. The transformative solution, a cornerstone of Stoic practice with profound implications for our confidence, is the diligent and courageous application of the dichotomy of control to every facet of our relationships. This principle invites us to clearly distinguish between what is truly within our power and what lies outside it. The core idea is that unshakable confidence is not born from the ability to control external outcomes, but from the absolute certainty that we can master our own internal world. When you focus your energy exclusively on your own thoughts, your choices, your actions, your responses, and the cultivation of your own character, all things entirely within your dominion, you step into a realm of profound personal power. Letting go of the futile attempt to control your partner's inner world or the relationship's ultimate fate is not an act of resignation, but an act of immense liberation and strategic wisdom. It is this very liberation that becomes the fertile ground for unshakable confidence. To begin cultivating this profound, internally sourced confidence, you must become a vigilant guardian of your mental and emotional energy. When you find yourself feeling anxious or insecure about a relationship, pause and apply the Stoic filter. Ask yourself with radical honesty, what aspect of this situation am I trying to control that is actually outside my direct influence? Perhaps you are trying to control whether your partner feels a certain way or whether they will always choose to be with you. These are externals. Consciously practice releasing your mental grip on these uncontrollable elements. Visualize yourself letting go of those strings, Then, with equal deliberation, redirect your entire focus to what you can control. How you choose to communicate, how you manage your own emotions, the quality of your presence, and your commitment to being a virtuous and supportive partner. This redirection is not a one-time act, but a continuous practice of mindful self-correction. The profound and deeply felt benefit of this consistent practice is the emergence of an authentic, unshakable confidence that is not dependent on external validation or specific relational outcomes. You will find yourself navigating the complexities of relationships with a newfound sense of calm and self-assurance, knowing that your inner peace and your sense of worth are anchored within your own character, not in the unpredictable currents of another's heart or the shifting sands of circumstance. The positive transformation is from being a person whose confidence is perpetually held hostage by the actions and feelings of others to becoming a person whose confidence is a radiant expression of their own self-mastery. Your call to action for today is to identify one specific aspect of a current relationship where you have been expending energy trying to control something that is ultimately outside your direct influence. For the next 24 hours, consciously practice releasing your grip on that external and deliberately redirect every ounce of that recovered energy towards cultivating your own virtuous response or contribution within that dynamic. This focused effort is the continuous journey of building confidence from the inside out. This quiet, internally generated confidence, this sense of self-possession rooted in the mastery of what is truly yours, has an undeniable and often profound external effect. It becomes a source of quiet strength that others are naturally drawn to. Our next lesson will explore how to attract with this powerful, unassuming inner fortitude. To deepen your understanding of Stoic control and build your unshakable confidence, please subscribe to Stoic Dominion. Lesson 4. Attract with quiet strength. Imagine a deep, still lake nestled high in the mountains. Its surface is a perfect mirror, reflecting the vastness of the sky, unruffled by the winds that may howl across the peaks. Its profound calm speaks not of emptiness, but of immense depth, hidden power, and serene self-containment. People are naturally drawn to its shores, not because it clamors for attention or makes a loud display, but because its quiet, majestic presence offers a sense of peace and grounding. Contrast this with a shallow, babbling brook, its waters rushing noisily over rocks, constantly chattering, its energy dispersed and its depth easily fathomed. The inner conflict that many experience in the realm of attraction is the mistaken belief that drawing others towards us requires loud displays, constant striving for attention, or the performance of a carefully curated, often exhausting persona. We feel we must become the babbling brook, creating a constant stream of noise and activity to prove our worth and capture interest. The problem with this approach is that it often projects an underlying insecurity or inauthenticity. This chasing energy, this desperate need for validation, can paradoxically repel rather than attract, or at best, draw in connections that are as shallow and fleeting as the brook itself. The transformative solution is to cultivate the quiet, profound strength of the deep lake. It is the Stoic path to authentic attraction, which understands that true magnetism emanates not from effortful pursuit or performative charm, but from a cultivated inner landscape of emotional composure, unwavering resilience, and profound self-possession. The core idea is that a well-ordered soul, a mind at peace with itself and steadfast in its principles, possesses an inherent gravitational pull. This quiet strength, this unshakable inner calm, becomes an invitation, a source of genuine intrigue and respect. Others are drawn to it not because of what you do to get their attention, but because of who you are in your most centered, authentic state. To begin cultivating this quiet, magnetic strength, you must shift your focus from external performance to internal construction. Dedicate yourself to building what Marcus Aurelius called your inner citadel, that fortified place within your mind where your peace, and your principles reside, unassailable by external chaos or the opinions of others. For 1 week, make your primary relationship goal not to impress, not to seek validation, and not to perform, but simply to be a model of calm, reasoned, and virtuous presence in all your interactions. When you feel the urge to boast, choose quiet confidence. When you feel the need to dominate a conversation, choose attentive listening. When faced with emotional turbulence from others, strive to be the calm anchor, not another ship tossed in a storm. This is the practice of embodying the deep lake. The profound benefit of this practice is the development of an authentic magnetism that draws people towards your genuine character, not your constructed persona. You will find that you attract more meaningful and sustainable connections because others sense the depth and stability of your inner world. The positive transformation is from being a person who anxiously chases connection to becoming a person whose quiet, centered strength naturally invites it. This is not about becoming passive. It is about becoming powerfully present. Your call to action for today is to identify one interaction where you might typically try to impress or perform. Instead, consciously choose to practice quiet listening, calm presence, and authentic self-expression without any attachment to the outcome. Observe the shift in the dynamic. This is the continuous journey of attracting from a place of deep inner strength. This quiet strength, this inner fortitude that forms the bedrock of authentic attraction, is particularly essential for navigating the inevitable emotional complexities and challenges that arise in any deep connection. Our next lesson will explore the Stoic path to emotional mastery, the key to forging even deeper and more resilient bonds. To learn more about building your inner citadel, please subscribe to Stoic Dominion and share your experiences with quiet strength. Lesson 5. Emotional mastery for deeper bonds. Imagine two diplomats engaged in highly sensitive and potentially volatile negotiations. The first diplomat, lacking emotional mastery, becomes easily flustered, angered by perceived slights, or swayed by manipulative tactics. Their reactions are impulsive, their words become heated, and instead of building bridges, they inadvertently escalate tensions, ultimately jeopardizing the entire negotiation. The second diplomat, a master of Stoic composure, navigates the same tense environment with remarkable grace, profound understanding, and unwavering emotional intelligence. They listen more than they speak. They observe their own emotional responses without being commanded by them, and they choose their words with precision and care. Even in moments of intense disagreement, they foster an atmosphere of respect and maintain a focus on common ground, thereby nurturing the possibility of connection and resolution. This second diplomat embodies the Stoic ideal in relationships. The inner conflict we frequently face is the tendency for our unchecked emotions, our flashes of anger, our gnawing jealousy, our paralyzing fear, or our desperate neediness, to act like the first diplomat, sabotaging our connections and damaging the very bonds we wish to deepen. The problem is that consistent emotional reactivity creates a landscape of drama, misunderstanding, and chronic instability within our relationships. It systematically erodes trust and prevents the formation of the secure, deep, and resilient connections that are essential for a fulfilling life. The pain is the recurring cycle of relational strife and the deep loneliness that comes from an inability to sustain true intimacy. The transformative solution lies in the diligent cultivation of Stoic emotional mastery. This is the profound skill of learning to respond to relational dynamics thoughtfully and virtuously, rather than reacting impulsively from a place of raw, unexamined emotion. The core idea is not to suppress or deny your emotions, for they are natural and provide valuable information, but to understand that your emotions are signals, not infallible commands. Stoicism teaches us to observe these signals with clarity, to examine the judgments that give rise to them, and then to choose a response that aligns with our reason and our values, rather than being swept away by the immediate emotional current. This mastery is the key to transforming relationships from battlegrounds of reactivity into havens of understanding and mutual respect. To begin developing this essential skill, you must rigorously practice the Stoic pause in all your relational interactions, especially those that tend to trigger strong emotional responses. When you feel a powerful emotion, anger, frustration, insecurity, beginning to surge within you in response to something your partner has said or done, your first and most crucial action is to pause. Do not speak. Do not act. Instead, take one conscious, deliberate breath. In that precious moment of stillness, you create a vital space between the emotional stimulus and your potential reaction. Within this space, you must then engage your rational mind by asking a critical question. What is the wise, virtuous, and ultimately most constructive response here? What response will build connection rather than create distance? What response aligns with the kind of partner I aspire to be? This internal consultation allows you to choose a path guided by your higher self, rather than your immediate emotional impulse. The profound benefit of this consistent practice is the development of deep emotional resilience and the capacity to build truly secure and meaningful bonds. You will find yourself navigating disagreements with greater calm, expressing your needs more clearly and respectfully, and listening to your partner with more profound empathy. The positive transformation is from being a person whose relationships are constantly destabilized by emotional storms to becoming a person who can weather any relational turbulence with grace, thereby fostering an environment where trust, intimacy, and mutual respect can flourish. Your call to action for today is to identify one relationship dynamic that typically triggers a strong emotional reaction in you. The next time this trigger occurs, commit to implementing the Stoic pause. Take that breath, ask the guiding question, and consciously choose your response. Observe the difference it makes, not only in your own inner state, but also in the interaction itself. This is the continuous journey of mastering your emotions to deepen your bonds. This cultivated emotional mastery, this ability to navigate interactions with calm and wisdom, gives you a distinct and powerful advantage, not just in relationships, but in all areas of life. Our next lesson will explore how this Stoic approach provides you with an unshakable, confident edge. To learn more about forging these deeper connections, please like this video and subscribe to Stoic Dominion. Lesson 6. Your Stoic, confident edge. Imagine two swordsmen facing each other in a duel, the outcome uncertain. The first swordsman wields a blade that is ornate and flashy, perhaps even intimidating in its appearance. But it is fundamentally brittle, prone to chipping or breaking under pressure. His movements are aggressive, often unpredictable, driven more by bravado and fleeting emotion than by disciplined skill. The second swordsman, in contrast, carries a blade that appears simple, unadorned, yet perfectly tempered. This is his Stoic inner confidence. His stance is balanced, his gaze is steady, and his movements are characterized by calm precision, unshakable poise, and a profound economy of effort. He does not rely on flash or aggression, but on deep skill, unwavering focus, and an unyielding inner core. It is clear that the second swordsman possesses the true decisive edge. The inner conflict many of us grapple with is a persistent feeling of being disadvantaged or less than in various life arenas, particularly in our relationships and professional endeavors. This feeling often leads to a gnawing insecurity, a sense that we lack some crucial quality that others possess. The problem is that this perceived lack of an inner edge makes us highly susceptible to being swayed by external pressures, easily manipulated by the agendas of others, or chronically feeling inadequate and unsure of our own capabilities. We second-guess ourselves, hesitate at critical moments, and fail to project the quiet authority that commands respect. The transformative solution is to recognize and consciously cultivate the confident edge that Stoicism uniquely provides. This is not the brittle edge of arrogance, nor the superficial gloss of feigned self-assurance. The Stoic confident edge is a deep, unshakable self-belief that is forged in the fires of self-knowledge, tempered by unwavering resilience, and rooted firmly in an unyielding adherence to one's own rationally chosen principles and virtues. It is the quiet, profound certainty that comes from knowing your own worth, understanding your own capacities, and trusting implicitly in your ability to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and integrity. This edge is not about being better than others. It is about being the absolute best version of yourself, governed by an internal locus of control. To begin sharpening the Stoic confident edge, you must make it a daily practice to acknowledge and reinforce your own inner strength and virtuous conduct. At the close of each day, take a few moments for quiet reflection. Review your actions and decisions, specifically looking for instances where you successfully applied a Stoic principle. Did you maintain your composure in a stressful situation? Did you act with courage in the face of fear? Did you choose a virtuous response over an easier, less honorable one? Consciously acknowledge each of these instances, not as a matter of luck or accident, but as direct evidence of your growing inner strength, your developing resilience, and your sharpening edge. This practice of self-affirmation, rooted in tangible evidence of your character and action, builds a robust and reliable sense of self-efficacy. The profound and lasting benefit of this consistent practice is the development of a quiet yet formidable confidence that permeates every aspect of your being. You will find yourself less easily intimidated, more willing to take calculated risks, and more capable of asserting your boundaries with calm authority. The positive transformation is from being a person who often feels like a pawn, moved by external forces, to becoming a person who operates with the focused power and quiet assurance of a king on the chessboard of life. This confident edge becomes a palpable part of your presence, subtly influencing your interactions and enhancing your perceived value. Your call to action for today is to look back over the past 24 hours. Identify one specific moment where you acted in alignment with a Stoic principle, however small. Take a moment to consciously acknowledge this as a demonstration of your inner strength and your developing confident edge. This daily recognition is the continuous journey of honing your most powerful inner weapon. This confident edge, this unwavering self-belief rooted in disciplined self-mastery, is the precursor to embodying a total and serene inner command over your life. Our final lesson will guide you in culminating your Stoic practice by achieving true inner dominion. To learn how to fully sharpen this invaluable edge, please subscribe to Stoic Dominion and share your insights. Lesson 7. Embody true Stoic dominion. Imagine a wise and just king, ruling not over a vast geographical territory, but over the intricate and often tumultuous kingdom of his own inner world. His reign is not characterized by tyranny or suppression, but by profound peace, unwavering order, and an unshakable strength that emanates from his very being. Every thought is a loyal subject, every emotion a respected counselor whose advice is considered but not always heeded, and every action a deliberate decree issued from a place of serene authority. This inner kingdom, under such benevolent and masterful rule, flourishes, making the king himself, and by extension, his influence on the outer world, highly valuable, deeply respected, and authentically powerful. This is the ideal of true Stoic dominion, the inner conflict that represents the lifelong challenge for every aspiring Stoic is that constant, often subtle, internal battle for control between our rational higher self, the rightful king, and our impulsive, reactive, lower nature, the unruly mob of fears, desires, and unexamined passions. The problem is that when our lower nature is allowed to usurp the throne, when our actions are dictated by fleeting emotions or external pressures rather than by reasoned principle, our inner kingdom descends into chaos. We lack true dominion over ourselves. And this fundamental lack of self-governance undermines our value, erodes our confidence, and sabotages our efforts in all areas of life, most notably and painfully in our relationships. The transformative solution, the ultimate culmination of all dedicated Stoic practice, is the complete and unwavering embodiment of Stoic principles, leading to what can only be described as true dominion over one's own mind, emotions, and actions. This is not about achieving a detached, emotionless state, but about reaching a level of self-mastery where your reason, illuminated by virtue, is the clear and undisputed sovereign of your inner world. The core idea is that you, as a rational being, possess the inherent capacity to govern yourself with wisdom and justice. To embody Stoic dominion is to fully actualize this capacity, to live each moment as the calm, deliberate, and virtuous ruler of your own internal state, regardless of the storms that may rage in the external world. This is the pinnacle of Stoic practice, the living expression of inner peace and unshakable strength. To begin embodying this true Stoic dominion, you must make a conscious daily commitment to live by your Stoic royal decree, the core principles and virtues that you have chosen to define your character and guide your life. This is no longer just about practicing individual techniques. It is about integrating Stoicism into the very fabric of your being. See every interaction, every challenge, every moment of decision as an opportunity to exercise your inner dominion with wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Your morning reflection might involve reaffirming your commitment to your principles. Throughout the day, you consciously choose reasoned responses over emotional reactions. In the evening, you review your reign, not with harsh judgment, but with a commitment to learn and refine your self-governance. The profound and life-altering benefit of this commitment is the attainment of a sustained state of inner peace, profound purpose, and authentic power. You will experience the deep satisfaction that comes from knowing that your life is a true reflection of your highest values. The positive transformation is the ultimate one. From being a person often in conflict with themselves, a kingdom divided, to becoming a person who lives with a sense of complete inner coherence. A wise and benevolent sovereign ruling a peaceful and productive inner realm. This state of inner dominion is the ultimate source of unshakable confidence and the highest expression of human value in relationships and in life. Your final call to action is to see your life from this moment forward as the ongoing practice of embodying your Stoic dominion. Each day is a new opportunity to rule your inner kingdom with wisdom and virtue. This is the continuous, noble journey of becoming the master of your own destiny. This state of inner dominion, where reason and virtue reign supreme, is the ultimate expression of relationship value and authentic, unshakable confidence. The secret weapon, now fully revealed and masterfully wielded. The path has been illuminated. The tools are in your hands. Today, we have journeyed from the common pursuit of external fixes to the profound Stoic path of forging an internal arsenal, a secret weapon that builds true relationship value and unshakable confidence from within. By embracing inner wisdom, mastering control, and embodying Stoic dominion, you transform yourself into a person of quiet strength and magnetic presence. Thank you for joining us on this empowering exploration. If these lessons have resonated with you, please like this video, share which Stoic principle you will wield first in the comments, and subscribe to Stoic Dominion for more timeless wisdom on mastering your life.